Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm Cindy Daychuck with Queen Bee Creations, and we are on day something of 30 days of Christmas ornaments. Now today we're going to do some water marbling of ornaments, and there's a number of different ways that you can do this. The official way is that you want to create a solution, usually it's with I think it's called carrageenan, which is sort of like a seaweed extract that you mix up the day before, and it creates a thickened medium for your paint to then sit on top of. So it's not jelly because you need to be able to submerge your items, but it's thick enough that the paint will sit on the surface. For most of us that are looking to do this with ornaments, that's way too much trouble. And your seaweed mixture only lasts a couple of days and then it goes bad. It starts to stink and you have to buy the carrageenan and you have to know the day before. It's way too much trouble. Perfectly good if you're doing a lot of water marbling. Then you're going to want to do the real thing. We're going to do a quicker version, an easier version. And I'm going to bring you in and talk about options and then which option I'm doing, because there are options. Your options start with water. You need to have it in a container that's big enough that your item can submerge in it without touching the bottom. I'm thinking I want a little bit more water, but know that your item is going to be submerged and it's going to displace the water. So you need to have space for that water to rise as you're submerging. So I have a silver toned ornament already so that I can use that. And I have just stuck in there an industrial sized cotton ball. I get these cotton swab. I get these from the dollar store. It comes in a big packet with all kinds of different sizes. And I think for me, these work great. Sometimes I might have a dowel that fits in there. If not, then you can wrap around paper and tape it down to get it the size you need. But these work great for odd size or different sized whatevers. Now, I am going to be using a product called Easy Marble. So it's already paints that work well with this methodology because we're just using water. So a lot of paints like your acrylics, etc., are all going to sink, which doesn't work. We need something that's going to sit on the surface. So you can try this with nail polish. I've done that before. It's a great way to use up old nail polish. Not so great with kids because you're kind of shaking. It's hard to get out of the things and has a tendency to go all over, and nail polish is hard to clean up, but it works. The other thing that you can use are spray paints because they will sit on the surface. They're just really stinky and I don't like that. So I'm using these. You do have to work quickly because they create a film, and if you're not moving so fast, like let's say you put the paint on and then you walk away, it becomes almost like a sheet of plastic and it's not going to coat your ornament very well. But what we're going to do, let me just do a quick shake of everything here. And I have a clear, and clear seems like a weird thing, but you know, I'm going to be using a matte silver. If I want some of that to show, then I can use the clear. So what we are going to do, just opening all these so I'm all at the ready, and I do have a skewer, so I'm set. So I'm going to, whoops, drop a couple of drops. That was a lot more than I wanted. And you'll see how they push themselves out. So that clear is kind of creating a bit of a clear ring. All right, these do not shake very nicely for me, but it will all be okay because we're going to skew this pattern anyway. A little bit more of my red. I'm going to do a little clear in the midst of that. Some more green. Let's get a little more color happening here. So these are already starting to firm up here. So what I want to do is take my skewer and just start dragging it through to create a bit of a design. I'm going to take my ball and I am going to push it smoothly straight down. See what I said about the water? And straight up. And there's my water marbled ornament. So what I would say for this is that this container, the width of it is a little too small for this big of an ornament because I'm not able to get enough surface area of paint to be able to coat that. I'm just putting it over here on a piece of foam to dry. Let's just try it on a silver thing. Now, you do want to kind of clean your surface. There's still some odd paint sitting on there. So just dip a piece of paper in. I just want to see how the sparkle takes the marbling. So we're going to do the same process. Get some of our paints in there. And because we've got the sparkle, I'm not putting as much in there. I'm just kind of thinking to just leave some open space for those sparkles to show through. Oh, I like that on the sparkles. Look at that. So super easy, and at this point, super fun for kids, I would think, to be able to do this. Just taking some of your old ornaments and zhuzhing them up a little. They're still drying, but here's our finished little ornament experiment. So this is the one on the silver ball, which is quite lovely. This one I tried on one that has all kinds of diamond shapes. So you know how maybe from the dollar store you get them that have all the indentations. So I wanted to see if that would work so that you'd have an idea. Yes. This is on just the matte ball. And this is just a really intense, a lot of the paint on that. So you get an idea of using a lot more paint, what it would look like. So very cool kind of experiment. A little, obviously, of this goes a long way because it's sitting on the surface. You do want to plunge down in fully and then pull up. And by then, most of your paint has dispersed. If it hasn't, if you've got your whatever you're dipping down into your water and you still have lots of paint on the surface, then hold the item still in the water. Take your paper towel or your paper and just wipe the surface so that when you pull up, you're not over imprinting, right? The other thing that you can do is when you're putting your ball down in, you can turn it, rotate it slowly so that you get even more swirls happening on your surface. Super easy, a lot of fun, a little messy. Just make sure that you have, you know, these cotton swabs. I don't know why that word keeps escaping me. Cotton swabs work great for this. And, you know, you get a huge big bag for a couple of dollars from the dollar store, and they have multiple uses in your craft room, so go for it. But it means then you don't need to have all kinds of specialty sizes of dowels because they all seem to have different sizes to them, size holes. But it's a great way to just kind of take some of your inexpensive ornaments from the dollar store or some of your older ornaments that are looking a little shabby, zhuzh them up a little bit, make them much more interesting, putting them onto your tree, using them in some of your wreath decorations. These are, once dry, then these are like water washable even. So it's a pretty permanent look on it. And depending upon the colors you choose, you can kind of make it your own and create your own look. Let me know what you think of this. Let me know if you've tried some water marbling. As I said, this is not like an official, the good way to do water marbling. This is a craft way to do it, and an inexpensive way, and a no fuss way of doing it. But, you know, if you don't want to go to the expense of purchasing some of the easy marble paints, then you can certainly try spray paints or nail polish as well. And those also work. The nail polish tends to add some texture. It might get a little bit gloopy. The spray paint will sit on the surface, can make some beautiful ornaments. I just have troubles with a lot of spray paint odors, kind of giving me migraines. So, you know, wear a mask, do it outside, although we've got snow, so not a great time for that. But, you know, by an open window, whatever works for you. Looking forward to seeing you on the next one. Until then, take care.